Hi, this is Todd. Wanted to give you some updates for the week of May 27th, 2010. One thing you'll notice on the news page, we've started to put a series of indicator kind of widgets. Since the news page is the default page when you first load up, many of you will see this news page. And in addition to the training videos, you'll notice now these little widgets have all the different mortgage interest rates, prime rate, LIBOR, treasury indexes. It's a neat little tool from thefinancials.com. And we plan to have a couple of these in here with just market updates. So if you happen to have your software during the day, you can do a real quick check to see what's happening with interest rates or the market or any current news that might be coming out. Otherwise, we've also fixed a couple of little more institutional type corporate firewall issues that will allow us to do a better job of keeping the news and other stuff updated within in a corporate environment. On the calculators, we have the reverse vision calculator is now live. So we've talked about this before, and we're excited to be partnering with Reverse Vision. We will actually be integrating a reverse mortgage presentation into the software in the coming probably next 3 to 4 weeks. But for the time being, what this allows you to do is you can put in your birth date, say 9/12/46, and you've got a spouse, maybe they're 3/10/1945. Put in the value of your home, $250,000, your zip code, and if you have any current mortgages or liens against your home. Let's just say you got a $100,000 lien against the home now. I can click on the calculate button, and this will go through and give me current HECM LIBOR rates, margin, initial rate 3.593. The available loan is 99,171. You need to pay off 100,000. So this would let you know you need to come to the closing table with $829, but you would be eliminating that debt completely. On a HECM fixed default, the current interest rate is 5.685. The available loan's 124,428. So with a fixed type product, you could pay off the $100,000 loan and still walk away with 24,428. So this should be a real handy tool for you to be able to use just for a quick estimate of a possible loan amount that you could generate. And again, what we'll be doing is on our regular mortgage planning features, you'll be able to go in and create a plan. And as you create that plan, you'll be able to select reverse mortgage and actually create a reverse mortgage plan. But for the time being, you've got the calculator up now, and it is alive and well. A couple other small little features that we've added. We had some folks that say they had a client that was refinancing, and they were going to come to the table with a large chunk of change. They need to come to the table because of either prices, or they want to pay off some debt or whatever. So let's say that they had $40,000 that they had available as cash. So with a purchase, we had the ability for you to say there's a certain amount of savings or cash that's being brought to the closing table. We've now added this so that you can actually put a chunk of money that's coming to the table at a refinance. And what that will allow you to do is, you'll notice now when you come to the Analyze page, you'll actually see, as you create your scenarios for the client, you'll now see over here, much like with a purchase, cash available in the current situation is $40,000. That's what's available if you do nothing. That's what you're bringing to the table. And now I can see that cash available for these other scenarios. So if I'm paying off debt or putting a larger down payment down in different scenarios, it will use that cash and use that for the net cash that's going to be left at closing. So let's say I ended up having to, I could only get a loan of $243,000. I'll shrink up these two scenarios here just to keep it simple. I could only get a $243,000 loan amount, and that's going to mean coming to the closing table with $35,374. That's the negative amount. Now I can show that I have $40,000 available, and that's going to cover my closing costs and still leave me with about $726. So a different way of looking at it, and of course you can still come right down to the bottom line to see if that makes sense. It's still going to benefit this client by $32,247. Now I will let you know that one of the requests that we've had from a couple of folks is the ability to hide the current and just do the comparison side by side without comparing it to an existing loan, especially on a purchase or a refi. That's in the queue. In our next version, you'll have the ability to hide the current if you just want to compare loan options side by side without comparing it against a current situation. Some other requests that we've gotten that will be in the future version of the release probably next week. We're going to split up the closing costs and prepaid, so you have two fields, so you can separate and have one line for closing and one line for prepaids. Some folks will put in prepaids and then they'll offset that with a lender credit saying that you're going to spend the $2,000 but you're going to get it back. So we want to kind of reflect it as a closing cost, but from a net standpoint, they'd like to net that number out. We're also going to split the points up into percent and dollar amount, so you can use either 1% or the dollar amount either way. So we've been getting some great feedback on how folks are using this, and great feedback on different ways that we can improve the program. We're going to be adding a new report page, especially for purchases. It's going to actually do a nice summary breakout for you of all of the different fees. Two more things that we've done that are worth noting. The Analyze page in and of itself is a standalone page. A lot of people will simply use that for all of their analysis. I will let you know we're doing a little bit of a makeover here as well to make this more standalone, so that if you just want to go through and do quick eligibility, suitability, and analyze and create the comparisons, you can do that. One of the first things that we did is we've now actually decoupled the repay page. What that means is I can actually over here, let's say on the Analyze page for the client, their time frame is going to be 10 years. And maybe we want to do the Analyze comparison over 10 years. But on the repay analysis, I'd like to look at this over a 30-year time period and use maybe a little different savings rate, because over here on the Analyze I was going to use 4%. On the repay I want to look at 5% over 30 years. We now have separated these so that you can either match them up if you want, or you can create a completely different scenario for the repay. Now you want to be careful not to compare apples to oranges, but we do think this will give you more flexibility, because you can skip the repay now and simply use the Analyze tab to create your comparison if you want, and do your side-by-side loan analysis, okay, just like you would before. And then I can come over here and say I chose to use this 30-year fixed. I can then come to the repay and say it's a 15-year time frame, but I'm going to look at the benefits over 30 years, and then I can go through and do my repay analysis over a 30-year time period. And the reports and stuff that are generated will reflect on the Analyze the 15-year time frame, and on the repay the 30. So again, giving you maximum flexibility. Now the last little thing I want to tease you with is right down here. This is a new feature right now that we're only rolling out to a very small group of folks that we call our mentors. But we have created now an integrated desktop sharing, where you can click the Share Desktop button and with a single click start your desktop sharing. And it will, with one click, share your desktop out. Then you can email a client, or you can give them a website to go to that's unique to you, and it will allow you to share your information right from this tool. Something we'll continue to work with and experiment with, but it is now working and functioning, and we'll tell you more about that in the future. But we're pretty excited about it, because you could go through, set your plan up, give that client a call, click share your desktop, have that client come in and be able to sit here right as we're talking right now, and have them see your advice and what you're recommending and the program that you think is going to be best for them, and let them really see, again, the value of your advice in real time as you go through and show them the financial benefit of your advice. So again, keep the feedback coming. We really appreciate it, and wish you all the best. Have a great day.